But let's talk about new business development and selling. We've talked a lot about intention and focus and 1%, but is there a value to not planning in sales? Is there a value to it? How many of you think there's a value to it? The nicest thing about not planning and selling is that failure comes as a complete surprise and is not preceded by a period of worry and depression. So we have to, if we're going to execute at 100%, 101%, we've got to have a plan, right? We've got to have a strategic plan that we can execute against, a daily plan. But what are some of your rock FOC mantras, sales mantras? What are they? Every client, every time. Every second counts. Nobody's going to die. What else? Sales is top of the funnel, right? Sales is top of the funnel. Bring new stuff into the funnel. Attitude controls your outcome. Those are just a couple that Rock Ventures FOC team members espouse each and every day. But using sports analogies, you've probably heard it, it's been around for 50 years. Nothing happens in any organization until somebody sells something. The closest thing to competitive sport in business is selling, because the numbers don't lie. Numbers aren't everything, but it shows you where you are. Now, if I were at the casino last night and I was playing blackjack, I would like to increase the odds, but I can't. But I played blackjack because that's one of the greatest odds in my favor of games of chance in a casino, right? So selling can be a game of chance at times. Wouldn't we like to increase our odds? This is factual data from Forrester Research. According to their latest study, 65% of sales go to the sales representative that gets to the opportunity first, speed, and sets the buying vision. Get there first, speed, execution, enjoy a 65% competitive advantage. Why would we not do that each and every time? Because in sales, there's two things before we start selling that are non-negotiables: trust and rapport. Trust and rapport precedes any and all sales activities. They have to trust you, and you have to build some sort of rapport. How can we build rapport in selling? Do we make cold calls? No. We make warm calls. The two prerequisites to a warm call: research and preparation. In today's data-driven world, LinkedIn, search, what else? Spend 30 seconds or 2 minutes to have some discussion points, data points on building trust and rapport. Successful salespeople make a habit of doing things unsuccessful salespeople will not do. Let me repeat that. Successful salespeople make a habit of doing things unsuccessful salespeople will not do. What is your professional definition of selling? Help me out here. When you think of professional selling, new business development, what do you think about? Some words, adjectives, help me out. Trust. What else? Relationships. What else? Be prepared. Preparation. What else? Value. Articulate value. Because in one of the handouts that was in my book that you have, and I will be collecting the $15.95 as you exit, what were one of the key takeaways from those two inserts? When in doubt, read the handout. Vendor or partner? What do we want? Excuse me? Partner. How about this as a definition? Selling is a process of identifying and filling customers' needs and wants, but at the end of the day, creating and articulating value from the client's perspective. We're really not salespeople anymore. We've got so much data. We should be deep and steep in business acumen, where we can solve their problem by our solutions. Find my pain, go to my website, drill down, look at press releases. If it's a public company, how many of you sell to public companies? How many of you are shareholders in those public companies? Why would you not buy one share of stock And if you can't get an appointment with the C level or the VP level, you call into the Office of Investor Relations and you do your homework, you read the 10K, the 10Q, you find the areas of pain, and the dialogue is different. You've extricated yourself from the herd. You have a right to talk to the C or VP level or director leadership about their problem because you have a financial interest in the health and well-being and execution of that business. That's one legitimate takeaway. You don't have to tell them you only have one share of stock. But it's a different strategy because successful salespeople make a habit of doing things that other salespeople will not do. How many of you heard of Coco Chanel? A woman before her time, a gifted designer, but a brilliant businesswoman. You know what she said? You have to be different to be remembered. Why do the sales, new biz, dev, herd mentality? Do it differently. Do it differently. Buy one share of stock, follow that strategy. I promise you, it will eventually yield results. Case in point, Fortune Brands, they own Jim Beam, FootJoy, Lincolnshire, Illinois. I bought a share of stock. I talked to his executive assistant. The gentleman, it's about 20 years ago, he called me back at 6:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning. It works. It works. Key question. What are the key factors that distinguish top sales professionals or biz dev executives from everyone else? What are they? Discipline. I love it. What else? Passion. Fire in the belly. What else? Follow through. What else? Accountability. Attitude. Good hygiene. I'm serious. Go buy something for a Saturday afternoon. Looking at their phones, you know, is that lettuce in your tooth? Or chicken tortilla? Seriously. This is a behavioral model of sales you've never seen, probably. It's from Integrity Selling. I am a certified integrity selling facilitator. In the center is a company that espouses awesome, honest, authentic value. Also in that circle is your value as a sales professional, coming from a place of hard work, honesty, integrity, passion, being genuine. Company linkage, sales rep linkage. Whoops. And then you get fired. Fade to black. Values. What are your commitment to new business development activities? Do you have a belief in Rock Ventures, in the 120 FOCs? I certainly believe that Martine does. I certainly believe that Taylor does. Taylor and I sat for over an hour after my 2-hour culture tour. He's passionate. His life is being an ambassador. Masters in culture. Belief in the product, the company. An accurate view of their abilities, an accurate view of selling. Gaps create inner conflict that undermine performance and results. Sales congruency. Do you have it? Because at the end of the day, I don't care what your educational pedigree is. I shared a little bit about that. These are the 4 things, the non-negotiables, to be successful in selling today. Strong goal clarity, high achievement drive, healthy emotional intelligence, and excellent social skills. What one of these 4 is the multiplier to selling success? I heard it, high achievement drive. Fire in the belly, high achievement drive is the multiplier of sales success. Because in sales, we talked about time. Donna talked about time. Being hyper-focused on time. The most precious commodity we have as human beings is time. Even more so as sales professionals. You can't control time. I can't look at my watch and say, tick slower. All we can do is control ourselves with respect to time. What's your selling time worth? What's it really worth? If you make $100,000 a year with 60% of your sales day, week, month, and year apportioned to new business development, Every minute, 60% of that time is worth $2.34. Every hour, $139 rounded up. That's what you're wasting and spending. That's real SG&A. Hard dollars. Where are you deploying your time, but ultimately earnings and revenue for this company and your family? Don't cheat yourself. Hyper-vigilant, hyper-focus on time.